Hi guys, welcome to the final episode of Bracket 2, where all the mess has finally taken place and a lot of the queens have actually blocked each other after this. So it's been very eventful. A little bit predictable, honestly expected it to be gaggier. I feel like we all saw a little bit like spoilers on Twitter and we thought it was like, oh my god, like someone's gonna shoot each other, but like, it wasn't that bad. Hello everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
At the beginning of the episode, they once again like go and do the points. But they again trust Mistress, and I'm just sat here like, there's no way like 2 like fucking weeks in a row you will trust her after you were literally like talking about how we're never gonna trust her again. We're not gonna believe a single word she says, and then they trust her.
Yeah, but the thing is, I feel like even though they did like trust her to some extent, they were still like very, and I like that because I think especially Nicole is so over like Mistress's bullshit, and I just love her for that. Like, for once, I'm Team Nicole, and this whole episode, I was like, Nicole could do no wrong. But the whole point system, I just feel like I don't know who told Georges and Mistress that they had an upper hand. Just because they got the most amount of points doesn't mean they can control everybody. But I felt like it's very obvious that they were playing the game. And even though everyone's calling out that, oh, you guys are playing the game, they still play the same game that they're playing.
Yeah.
Like they never, break that cycle and have something of their own.
I felt like it was so obvious from last week. Lydia's point was going to go to Carrie because of the whole discussion they had when Carrie asked for her position in the rap and roast. So I wasn't blindsided by that. I think Tina was, and I feel bad for her because, yeah, like she didn't know what was going on, and she has a fair point where it should be like the most valuable queen of the week, but she also is not stupid enough to know it's not going to be like that. So I don't know why she's acting surprised when the queens aren't acting like in order.
Because throughout the episode, she just kept on saying that Mistress is playing this game and it's all about alliance. It's not about winning the competition, this and that. And so I'm just like, girl, if you knew, why aren't you playing smart?
Maybe this is shady of me to say. I don't think Lydia gave Carrie the point out of the goodness of her heart, of the fact that she made the deal. I believe she is just as rotten as Mistress if Mistress was able to adopt her so quickly. Because if you're not that rotten in person, then you don't think that way. I think the only reason she gave Carrie that point is because she realized Carrie's never going to win a challenge. So might as well give it to her because there's no way she's going to like exceed us. So, like, the smart thing is always to give it to someone who's never going to win a challenge because then they have no chances of surpassing you and you get in their good graces.
Very strategic, I think. I don't think Miss Lydia is all kind heart.
Yeah.
Always an agenda behind that queen. Like she's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
Funniest part of all of this was like everyone like giving the points and then like Nicole thinking about like the points. Like she was counting them up in her head and she looked so funny because she was like waving around her single point like she had won the game, and it reminded me of when you guys did my trivia for my birthday. Everyone is so excited when they would get one correct point.
That Miss Carrie's like workshop, what is it called?
Oh, the workroom look, yes.
Yes, workroom look, and I don't know why I call it workshop. Is she doing to do mechanic work? I don't know. But Miss Carrie the voting, like behind the scenes, that whole rockstar look, it was serving very much like Lisa rockstar vibes. But I just love that she looked very like alien, future, intergalactic diva.
I love that look so much. It looks like a custom brat style I've seen on Twitter somewhere. No, the hair, that budget for her costuming is so good. That's the one thing I loved is that she brought budget and used it wisely.
Exactly. And like even when she walked into like the workroom after in her red outfit, I was like, this diva being online, offline all the time. Like there's never a single moment where I look at Carrie and I'm like, oh, boring. Like this diva is giving us nothing. Like I feel like she's very like underrated, but at the same time she doesn't know her full potential either. So I feel like she needs more experience. But other than that, I feel like this diva is truly like walking the runway everywhere.
I loved this look, especially like the jacket that she paired with it. Because it like made it a little less hoochie. But yeah, I was literally talking to Angel and I was saying that I really wanted Carrie to go to the next, like to the semifinals, just so we could see hers and Bosco's workroom outfits together. When they got back into the workroom, that's when like Tina and Lydia start going at it because of what you said before, of where like Tina's like, oh, I thought we had a deal. And like, I can't believe that you like double crossed me, so you really are her daughter, and blah blah blah. And then Lydia tries to say something, and then Tina's like, don't cut me off. Let me she was like heated. I was literally like, okay, relax, grandpa, leave the twink alone, don't eat him. But yeah, I was scared for Lydia because Tina looked angry. To be fair, like I would be too, because at this point, like so many bitches have 2 points from winning nothing, and you won a challenge, and they have the same points as you.
Why did Tina dress up like an auntie? Like
yes, that flannel muumuu she had, girl.
like plaid, checkered, whatever,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's scary.
like it's giving a 90. Like, Diva, what show are we on? Like, this is not Star Plus. Please. I didn't think I would fall in love with Nicole as much as I did. I think that queen is just, she's something else. Like, no one can ever, like, I take back my word about the older drag queens. I was like, they're so boring.
You didn't just have one word. You had many words. You said she should retire. You said she's so old she should die. You said her outfits are hideous.
Yes. Well, I take it back because I think Nicole, in another life, I would love to be Nicole.
The sentiment with you towards Miss NPB from week one to now is crazy. I would not expect those words to leave.
Yes.
Exactly. And also, like, when they were showing, like, the untucked scene, I was just like, this girl is telling everybody what they should do. And then they're like, oh my God, we did it.
Yeah.
I mean, you think, like, if she told you to do something, if you don't agree with it, you just don't do it.
Because when they're picking roles, Carrie's literally like, I can see through Mistress. I know she's trying to do. And then she just lets her. So I'm like, what was the point of the monologue of you saying, you know?
And then everyone got the roles that Mistress
wanted them to get, which was crazy. No, you don't know. I was literally sat there jaw agape that like they let her. No. They didn't even just let her take her role. Okay, they let her take her role. They let Georges take the role of Mr. Swan. They let Lydia. And the stupidest mistake of all time was to let all three of them be in a group together.
Especially when you know that this is the last episode and this is what will get you to the semifinals.
Yes!
Only Carrie said once that she wanted like Lydia's role, but after Lydia was like, no, but I want to do it, she's like, okay.
No, that wasn't even it. So Carrie says she wants Lydia's role, right? Mistress goes, no, I think the one you're doing is better. She goes, yeah, I agree. Skips it. Are you dumb? Since when is Mistress on your side? Are you stupid? Mistress is not saying, oh, I'm nice, and then doing this to you guys. She's not saying, oh, I'm sweet, and then being manipulative. She is quite blatantly being manipulative to your face. So if you allow her to walk all over you for all 3 episodes, mama, that's on you.
Carrie's, again, her denim outfit that she wore
yes!
during the rehearsals, I was like, Diva, too good.
That's so good.
I can't. Like, Miss Carrie has so much potential, and I truly wish that she does show up in one of the other drag race all-stars, whatever this shit is called.
She could win the lottery thing. You never know. Then we moved on to them doing the rehearsals. First, they were doing their tracks. Nicole was so funny for constantly making remarks about how boring Mistress is. She was yawning. She was like, oh, I'm falling asleep. Oh, is that all? Like, I love her just for that. Because that's a real ass bitch. Like, she was like, you know what? I'll leave this competition empty-handed, but I will give it to Mistress every single time. When Lydia was rehearsing, they just like kept showing like Tina's face in the back, and then I was like, oh, like I think it was Angel who was like, why is her teeth like that or something? And I was like, well, girl, I think with the amount of teeth, Oh,
What I
go
said
go.
was, why does Tina always look constipated when she's on screen? She always has this really strained expression on her face. And then
And
you
then
said,
and then I said she has so many like teeth in her mouth that like her mouth never closes, so it's just like open all
well,
the
you
time,
said
and you just
horse
see.
teeth, girl, to be
Well, yeah, that
precise.
too. They are horse teeth.
Miss Nicole's yawning, and I thought she was too iconic for that shit. She was like, I don't know why, but every time Mistress says something or does something, I'm just so bored. I want to sleep. I'm yawning.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's so real for that because, even though, like you said, she knows she has no like chances of winning, she at least brought some entertainment by being.
Yeah, I'm glad you've finally
Yeah,
been recruited to the Nicole agenda. Welcome.
I feel like at this point was really when I saw Nicole was like, she made peace with the fact she's not getting into the
Yeah,
finals or semifinals. So she just is like
I
having
don't
a
give a
good
fuck.
time. And I feel like that just escalates on later on in the episode.
Georges was eating the girls up in rehearsal. Like he was giving it to them, and she took the note immediately, and she would literally do it. And everyone else looked the damn fool next to her. But like she was doing the choreo so easily. I knew from that the way that they showed that shot, I was like, she's for sure gonna be in the top for this challenge. Like irregardless of how everyone else performs, just because of how well she's doing the choreo. Mistress looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy doing the anti-fragile dance when she was doing dance rehearsals, and I could not shake that image from
Excuse
my
me?
mind. Look, she's literally doing the agitating. This was Nicole doing her mug for the challenge, and you know what it gave? It gave the same vibes as, remember when Shane Dawson would like practice makeup and then post pictures
Exactly.
and be like, look, I tried. Like, look, I served. Like, it was the same. I don't know. There's something about the way Nicole does her makeup. It's very like early 2000s, like very like
Her
garage.
era. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's very like garage door, like bright ass white highlight all across the brow bone, like two colors, no more that you blend.
I don't know, man. Nicole literally has my heart. I just love her.
But yeah, that was that mess. And then next we can finally move on to the runway.
Yeah.
And as always, we will start with Miss Rupanjali herself,
Girl,
RuPaul,
girl,
in her
listen.
gingham little moment.
I have a lot to
And
say. My
okay.
first thing, that fuck ass emu hair on my screen, on my Wi-Fi is crazy. The simple, like, fitted dress, I'm not really gagging at it. But this whole thing is boring. Like, the two bangles are just giving Auntie Jade Fabian to accessorize before her lunch date with Uncle G. This is giving a middle-aged woman having a midlife crisis trying to dress for like a
Bye.
sexy picnic.
I love this. I love this look. I'm so sorry, but it's so clean and I love her wig. I just love that it's so like blown out and like it's like there's wind blowing in her hair and it's just I love that you can see a little bit of the masculinity in RuPaul. It's so beautiful. I think this truly captured RuPaul's beauty.
I'm in the middle of you both. I didn't absolutely think it was like the most offensive thing I've ever seen. I thought it was basic. Like it was a gingham looking dress. Yes, it's a little more fascinating because it looks like it's sequins, right? It's like sequined in the pattern of that. Like I guess that part's exciting. What I don't understand is the need for both bangles. Like I feel like those bangles are a little too like industrial looking with this dress. Like that does not make any sense. Because she has the earrings already. She only needed one bracelet. She didn't need both. This is giving like she's going to fisting party, and like in case she like loses one in someone's hole, she has another one. Overall, I will give it a bucket. It's not like horrible, so I will give it a bucket. Granted, the bucket has like fisting cuffs, but a bucket regardless.
I give it a mom.
This is a Wonder Woman failed flop.
But you know how this bitch redeemed herself is her fucking performance outfit, because her performance outfit that I gagged for. I
Oh yeah.
loved the movement that it had. It was like fucking like it was. I'm pretty sure that looks like at least like 30 or 40 kg of fringe. And this bitch is 80. Like, I don't know how she was standing. Like, it's probably like twice her weight, this fringe. Angel got his wish because he was like, oh, I'd love to see RuPaul lip sync. And then she said, I heard you, faggot. Here you go.
Why did you do it? Why did you do an MPP's voice? That's crazy. No, I was
Yeah.
so happy. Manifestation is real, you guys, because I'm so happy I got to see Miss Rupunjali lip sync properly. Love the outfit. You couldn't even tell she has rattling bones in this whole
Oh.
performance. This look is so much better. I feel like she gave us that ugly tablecloth to then like really set the bar higher for us with this look. I think it's so much better. I think my only issue is the volume the fringes create from certain angles just makes it look too bulky.
Mm.
That's just a fringe thing. You can't really control it. It's more for movement. It's not meant
Mm.
to be standing still.
Mm.
But the rest is gorge. Love that we don't have that ugly emu ass hair. Going back to her roots, literally. No, this was a really fun look. She ate down this performance, honestly. I think she outdid all the other queens in
Oh,
tonight's performance.
yes.
This look to me is definitely a star booty mop.
Yeah, the look and the performance both were like mops to me.
In terms of her outfit, I thought her outfit was really good. It gave very much like some Sesame Street characters. I just think her performance was very bland. I felt like she was just going in circles and she was not moving around. She was not giving much. There was no wow factor in it. So for me, this is like a bucket sometimes.
First up, we had, I don't remember the fucking group names or whatever, so don't fucking ask me, okay? We started with Nicole, and honestly, like, I love this diva because this was like the blandest performance I've ever seen. Like, her performance was the equivalent of like watching your ramen cook on the stove. Like, you just wait and wait and wait for like them to just slightly become translucent, and even then, you're probably eating them al dente. Like, there was nothing exciting happening. She, like, her boobs were lopsided, first of all, because she had no ass, but she put in like these two like water balloons in front. She was doing the actual opposite of every single move that she was supposed to do. Her verse wasn't good either. But as usual, as always, of course, Nicole Page Brooks, so I give her a mop.
Can I just say that she embodies a hooker so well? I looked at that and I was like, hooker. There was an award for best hooker of the night. It would have been Nicole for me. I guess she made it out alive, and that's what matters. My queen always. Just because I love her, I will give her a bucket.
She really is in her prime with this concept of just an undercover hooker because she is one, just not undercover.
No, she's a hooker under the covers, girl.
Yes, around the corner under the cover to the right.
Yes, at the pier.
You put out all the stops tonight, girl. You're gonna get all those tips and some syphilis too.
The tips will be the ones that give the syphilis.
No, exactly. Metal, like the shiny boots and the mini red dress.
Oh my god, please. You just reminded me of those hideous boots. I don't know what possesses someone to pair ugly, hideous, cheap, garbage, putrid, disgusting, metallic. You know what? She got them from Aja's closet because that bitch fucking wore them out last bracket too.
She's dressing for the job. Like, do you not get it?
No,
Like, this makes so
she's the
much
opposite of
sense.
dressing for the job. She is like when you apply. She is when you apply on LinkedIn, but you have none of the skills, but you apply anyway.
I can't flop her. She's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so good. It has to be a train wreck mob. Like, it's so funny.
Now let's move on to Miss Diva's favorite horse teeth, Tina Burner.
So Miss Tina here is so bad at lip syncing. Okay, can I just say, I watched this performance and I
It's
was
because
like,
her teeth get in the way.
I don't know what it is. Like the lips are not moving as per the words, and she's like either too far behind or too far ahead. And I'm like, Diva, which track are you listening in your in ears? Because it's not in sync whatsoever. And then on top of that, why is this diva so butch? Like, why it literally was screaming masculine, masculine, masculine. Like nothing about this diva served feminine, not 1 second, not for 1 minute, not for 1 millisecond. She's lucky that Nicole was bad. Otherwise, this diva would have been bottom for me.
Like, I forgot she even performed because I didn't really care for her this episode either. Like, she did a good job, sure, but again, I think I was just so taken aback by her teammates, whether for better or worse, that she just fell right in the middle of everything. I think the makeup is bring out all of her more angular features instead of softening things. Her performance was like a bucket, like a very lukewarm, very tepid, you kind of forget it's their bucket that just sits in your bathroom.
She should embrace the masculinity and ditch the dresses that she wears and just be a man. I think there's no need to try to feminize, because if you apply makeup on a brick, the brick will remain a brick at the end of the day. She's also built low key like a refrigerator, because her fucking body comes out like a rectangle, then it stays there. And she has such an awful thing with proportions for whatever reason, where she doesn't know where women's curves are. And her biggest offense of all, which you've mentioned before, is the way that she lip sync. It genuinely pisses me off so bad, because she does this thing with her mouth, which you can see in the screenshot, is she lip syncs with her teeth, which I've never seen anyone do. The positive critiques I had for this masculine he him were given out during the design challenge, so there's none left in me, so flop. And next up, we will move on to Carrie Colby.
She is a performer. Her facial expressions and the way that she draws attention to herself without even doing too much is what truly makes her her star. I think she did great. I love this brown outfit, but also her makeup looks a little off. I don't know what it is, but when she was performing, it was fine. But in the screen cap, when I look at it, I'm just like, something is off. I'm gonna give her a mop, but honestly, I don't think anybody in this category did that great for me to like sit there and say for sure, like, yeah, this is a mop. It's just that she performed better than the other two, in my opinion.
I love her outfit. I mean, I think she could wear a trash bag with mosquitoes running down the sides of it with like toilet paper singeing her waist, and I think she would look so high fashion regardless. Yeah, overall, her performance for me though, maybe I just also wasn't feeling the musical after RuPaul left the stage. But everyone's performances to me just kind of like I was like, okay, like they weren't bad. I don't think I was so into the musical. For me, she is a mop. Like she really did well this challenge. Hit her cues. The voice thing really was amazing, and she just ate that challenge down.
Carrie's look was cute. She gave very Pamela Anderson vibes. I think that's why her makeup was a little bit off, because she was doing the Pam Anderson like smoky, like minimal, like almost no lashes. And I think she also did not have blush on. I think it was just like contour and nude lip, and then her like smoky eyes. The other two, I would assume she would be the more expensive one, the one you have to actually call a special number for. Not like the ones near Sahara Center where you can just find the flyers on the bottom of the floor. Like compared to like her rap thing that we just saw, literally her rap and roast, I thought she had more energy there. I don't know. She like looked like she looked. You can see in this too. She kind of looks dead behind the eye to me. I don't know. Like it's like she's running on like automatic to me. Like I don't know. There's just something off. Like it feels like she's almost there, but like she needs to push it like maybe a little bit further and she'd get there. So yeah, honestly, for me overall, I know the judges were gagging. They were gonna give her like the third spot, but the only reason that they would have give her praise is because genuinely, this is my opinion, other than two people, everyone was horrible. Overall, though, sorry, Carrie, but you're going to be a flop for me, darling. We had Mistress. Before we get started, though, I will say I thought it was so. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I thought it was so like odd that like all three of these girls, Georges, Lydia, and Mistress, all three of their looks were so cohesive, almost
Yeah.
like they had planned them and brought them. So
Yeah.
I was like, was this actually scripted of who gets what group? Because there's no way that they had an identical color palette that they each brought that somehow fit the theme.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, I loved seeing her struggle in rehearsal. Like, it was so funny watching her get knocked off the peg after her track record so far. I think you could tell she was just trying to focus on doing the moves right because she was struggling with that in rehearsal. The thing Michelle said about her arms being too, like, not being extended enough was like a crazy thing. I was like, you're just picking at things, girl. The look is traumatizing. Not because it's
Stop.
bad, because it's literally a hairy starfish. Like I'm scared. Like I'm scared of her in this look. Like the hair going up with the trolls dolls, the star pews on her whole body. Like I should be
Oh.
terrified, and you should be too. It's not really a flop because it's not bad, but more of like a bucket full of the salon hair that they scoop up after a haircut.
Tell me why Mistress is looking like a rooster on the stage. I'm just like, what in the cock is this?
What
Like,
the
what?
fuck is this? It's great.
I'm sorry, but they were supposed to give agents a puss. Whose puss is this hairy? Please. She's not that great of a performer, and I wish that she was not just like a entertainment drag queen. I wish she was also like giving in other areas as well. This is a flop for me. She gave nothing. She'll always give nothing. She'll just give her mouth.
I had lukewarm feelings about Mistress. I actually did like her look a lot. I thought it fit with her like bad rock puss like vibe. I love that she took all of the hair that fell from like Tina's crotch and like sewed it onto her shoulders. Michelle was saying of her arms, but honestly, in this costume, of course, she couldn't move them. And also, where else was she supposed to expand? Like, she's already expanded. There's not much more expanding that you can do. Lydia and Georges were actually quite good with their choreo, in my opinion. So, by comparison, she didn't look that good. But I thought her presence was good. Obviously, she's so big. Like, how can you avoid her? It was a fire crotch bucket. Next up, we have Lydia Bumhole Collins.
Yes, the Miss Waxed Booty Hole Tight Coochie Collins. I enjoyed her look the most. I love the hair. Love the little fringe detailing on the, I believe, one piece,
It's,
the bodysuit.
yeah.
This was the most fun look to watch out of the three because one was giving rabid, scary sea monster. The other was boring, plain and tired. I think she also had the most difficult part because she was walking on stairs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think this whole performance was like a mop for me.
I had no idea Lydia was jumping on the chairs and all that. If it weren't for the judges, I realized she's my top two performers of the night. I have no criticism. I had no separate notes for Lydia, but I guess her jumping around on the chairs is great. We love a little monkey circus moments. Like, that's great that she, if drag queen and being a drag queen does not work out for her, she can easily go to the circus. I mean, I have to give it a mop because she is my top two performers. So this mop is broken and on the verge of going up her bum hole.
The first time I lived for Lydia, which was very surprising. Like this entire episode, I was like, you know what? Maybe I see it for Lydia. Lydia's was my favorite performance of the night. Her choreo smashed it. The verse, she smashed it. I think she did well by leaning into her aesthetic, which is a bit more alternative grunge punky. I thought the chair moment gave very like Detox and Rijurochu really like this outfit and hair on her. So for her, she gets like a pointy mop and she can shove it up her ass if she wants. Next up, we have someone that Angel now hates all of a sudden after loving for 2 episodes. It's Georges.
I don't hate Georges. I hate the fact that this girl, for the past 3 weeks, has the exact same bodysuit cut and pasted, boring, unused. You would think after being on the show twice, at least get a new silhouette, because this is tiring. She can perform, great. Do I care about the performance? No, because I thought this whole performance was, and it was like warm, cold, not warm, cold milk, was just like room temperature milk the whole episode. Did not care for this musical at all, besides RuPaul breaking it down, busting her rattling bones open for us. Overall, this performance was like another bucket to me. Like, I'm just so tired of seeing this that I can't give it. Like, yes, she can dance. Yes, she did well from the performance aspect. I don't care.
This diva has the same looks time and again, time and again. Georges is really good at performing. This diva knows her angles. She knows where she looks good, where she doesn't. And honestly, I don't think there's even a single place where she doesn't look good. You were born for this. She is a diva. She is.
Oh my god, sorry, wait. You saying you were born for this is crazy. And you wanna know why? The lore behind that is this is the first or second girl that RuPaul said directly to her face. She said, "You are born to do drag," and that's very famous because there's only a certain amount of girls that he says that to.
I think this diva's gonna win. I don't know what it is. I feel like she's gonna be in the top three.
The season?
Yeah, from this season. I think she's gonna be in the top three for sure. Diva is like a snake. Snake will be anywhere. You have to watch out. So I think she's gonna be in the top 3. It's a mop for me.
Yeah.
Can I just say, when I saw this villains, the villains, when I saw them all come out together, it literally gave like Powerpuff Girls, but like Evil
Yeah.
Edition. I thought they were like
Like the Rowdy Rough Boys or whatever they were called.
Yeah.
She did just get dragged for half of it. Like half the men dragged her here and half the men dragged her there. So I feel like there was like choreo that they practiced, and then I feel like that choreo was missing. There was just a lot of lifting and throwing around where I was like, wait, what happened to the original choreo we were practicing? She really leaned into the whole villain persona. And like the sweet little Georges that we know, or at least in performances, she switched that vibe up completely and gave like this like demonic bitch, which I loved. And also I loved the hair because it gives like 2 little devil horns. So for me, Miss Georges was a mop. The look was a chop, but like that's not what we're judging. We're judging the performance. So the performance was a mop. And they were all in a group like this fighting each other. It very much gave, I was telling this to Angel, it very much gave that scene in White Chicks when they have like a dance battle at the club. Let's move on to the runway, where the theme for this time was Wild Wild West, I believe. First up, we have Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia.
Girl. This looks like a rejected 80s fashion pack for Barbie. That's what it gives. I know it's meant to be campy and funny. Nor. Like, this is the most Nicole Paige Brooks interpretation of Wild West. So do I hate it?
Well, it was wild.
From my taste perspective, is this a good look? Absolutely not. This is chopped. We need to get her a shoe stylist because these knee-high, thigh-high boots are not.
Her and Aja, girl.
Yes, they have the same stylist.
The stylist being fucking Timu, girl.
I'm giving her a bucket. The bucket of Windex. The potential was there, but it's not realized. And I feel that's what I've noticed with Nicole is she has this very cross-dresser take on things that I have to respect but not love.
But when I saw this look, I was like, she took Wild Wild West too literally, and she came up with this. There is no thought process behind this. It's just a bunch of things put together. She is the horse, but who's riding her? Nobody. And I just don't know what to say. It just looks like this is not real. Like, this is a fever dream. She just showed up on stage and she's like, this is what I have. This is just a flop, a straight up flop. And Nicole, you leave me speechless, Diva, but not in a nice way. You know, what the frick way. And I cannot take it anymore. I'm so glad this is the end of this fraction because I've had enough.
This look was so gutter. Like, it was truly like she took both pieces of whatever that is. I can't call it hair because it doesn't look like it, but it literally looks like it was taken straight from like a urinal bucket or something because it literally looks so musty. The fucking hair is not even the same texture. What kind of horse has like wavy curls on his head, but the ones coming out of his ass are like crimped? What kind of horse has multi-textural hair? This is just absolutely horrendous. And if we're going to go the horse route, why not like commit to it and then like add at least like a snout or something to your face to give the thing of a horse? Otherwise, it just looks like this low budget hooker who just has like hairy ass, but the ass hair is so long that it's dragging across the floor. Like, girl, do you need a shaver? Do you need a lawnmower? We could give it to you. This looks like Pinkie Pie if she got sold into sex trafficking. Like, this is so horrible. This is genuinely like one of the worst things I have ever laid eyes upon. And I don't know, Angel, if you remember, but do you remember when on season 9 they had this like unicorn runway? Remember how like the girls did like so well on like those horse looking like looks? If we're gonna go that route, then like commit. Nicole's mind needs to be studied. Like, we need to take it out into sections and into like a petri dish. Like, I don't know, it's a Walt Disney or someone's head that they've preserved. After she passes away, not only do they need to preserve it, we need to like go and like give offerings there, and we need to like be able to like plug into her mind to like connect with her thoughts. The fact that we get to witness her ideas in and of itself requires a standing ovation. And so for that reason, just like this horse pussy hair to the floor that she's mopping, I also give her mops, even if that mop is decaying, even if that mop has been, urinated on. Doesn't matter. Who was next? I think it was Tina.
Tina.
I don't know what the judges saw in this look. I get that the rope's meant to be this constructive thing, that's meant to be like this Mugler style of camp. It looks like a cockroach. It looks like a German roach from New York City that's overgrown, useless, has no purpose being there, is walking on this runway, creepy crawling. I think if this was a denim, like corset thing and then the rope around, it will look more like rope and less like roach parts. It is a total like pesticide needed flop. Like I'm scared.
I looked at this and literally my jaw was on the floor. I was like, this outfit is it. Tina
Oh.
is
If for what?
Your
If
jaw
for
was on the
what?
floor for what? For the
The
roaches to be
pesticide
let in?
convention?
I was like,
Roaches on us? The
Tina
Lower
is
East
so
Side?
creative. Hello, are you looking at the ropes? Are you looking at the browns? Like,
I'm trying
I
not to,
just
girl.
see a man is trying. I can appreciate a man trying. And that's what I'm doing. Okay. I just think the ropes, the construction, everything is great. Love that. I love that she looks like a little, it could be a cowboy or it could be a cowgirl. We don't know. Tina, I love your teeth. And I think your fashion truly um, showed me that all that there is to you is that you stand up for yourself, yes, but at the same time, it doesn't matter because it does absolutely nothing for you or anyone else that you stand up for. But at the same time, I think your fashion is some of the most unique things that I've ever seen people create. And so I'm a big fan, Tina. And if you have no lovers, no fans, that means I'm dead. Tina, I love you.
Stand by
And
your man.
yeah, I'm
By
off.
your man. Stand by your man.
This is the type of men that I date anyways.
True.
So
My God. As soon as I saw this, it was like a turd had found worms on it. Like, this was absolutely horrible. Like, it genuinely looks like earthworms are crawling on caca. Like, it's just that bad. And the fact is that it's not even consistent ropes. Please look at it right now. There's weird, like, thick ropes that are there, and then she has weird little, like, sad sperm strands of rope on the side. This bitch does not know how to proportionize. If you are a big, burly, humongosaur, like, yeti of a man, which you are, because look at you, how can anyone mistake you for a woman? So if you are built like that, you have to cinch it and pad. This bitch, no cinch. She has no eye for taste. She has no eye for fashion. So, like, how could she have done that? Because she just doesn't see things. Like I said for Nicole, that she has a separate vision. Tina's vision is impaired. I don't know. Maybe it's her teeth that block every other sense she has. But, like, I don't know how it's possible to, like, consistently look chopped. I can't even give her a flop because a flop would mean that, like, it's the entire slipper. But instead, we have fucking gay Cyclops over here that I'm staring at. The flop is so bad that the entire flip flop is almost missing. There is just one little tiny piece of decayed rubber that's left. Next up, we have Carrie Colby.
as Beyonce is on her tour right now, that she literally has
This
a look that
aesthetic.
is so similar to this. The it's very much like Cowboy Carter Central. Uh, but one thing I can say about this diva is that I don't know honestly what I want to say about this diva because she does look good, but I feel like something is lacking. And I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like when she gets a theme, she sticks too much to that theme, and I don't see any like originality or creativity. In the sense that it's all just pretty outfits, but it's not giving anything like, oh, I use my creativity, I use my imagination, I'm here to serve something new. But obviously, I love my girl Carrie. I'll just give her a bucket because again, the judges did criticize her on her hat shape that's more square or whatever. I'm like, you know what looks like a square? You.
I love the concept. I think she's so stunning. I think she took a really good sort of twist with the whole theme and gave it a more conceptual sort of editorial look with the sort of sheer cowboy pants and like the wet and dry. So she wanted to emulate. I love her makeup the most. I love how dewy it is and just like this really wet, dewy, radiant look that I think goes well with the sort of hardness of the hat. Me, it is a mop for sure.
This look was just not it, unfortunately. Not because it's a bad look, but I fail to understand how this fits into the Wild West thing. That shape is just not correct. It looks like a pillowcase on her head. And then as for the look, the chaps I get, but then still to me, like I don't understand like what part of the Wild West was she inspired by because what like the water in the wild, like I feel like this is one of those cases of where like you know when like you try to go so far out of the box that at this point you're not even in the same box, especially after seeing last week where she did that like absolutely amazing like Venus flytrap look. I was very, very, very disappointed. Like, you know how Doja Cat was at the Met Gala and she did this like dress that looked wet because she was like in a resin cast? So it
Yeah.
like looked wet, but it wasn't. So I think if she did something similar to that, where it was still like a cowboy or whatever, like sort of clothing or silhouette, but the pants or whatever were just like dipped in resin to look wet. I think it would have like even the chaps, like at least the fabric, let it be that original fabric. You know what I mean? Like there's a way to play around with that wet concept to where it's not so far left. I unfortunately will be giving her a flop. Next we have Mistress Isabel Brooks.
Can I
Yes.
just say, oh my gosh. So she looks exactly like Jessie from Little Mix. And I believe that Jessie has worn this exact same outfit. Tell me why this diva looks like Jessie, and that's all I could think about. And obviously, Jessie was a flop. This diva looks like a chicken all the time to me now.
Oh,
I don't know what it is. Like, I can't unsee the chicken. This is a flop for me. It's boring. It gave nothing.
Did she steal Megan's look that she stole from Mugler's archive? Because that
yes.
was what it was giving to me, but she does look like a burnt chicken nugget. She low-key does have Tina Burner's nachos here though, because why does she have her color scheme?
Oh my god, yeah. She said that, didn't she, when she was like
I think so. She
walking
caught
down? Yeah.
Tina caught a stray there. So to me, this is like a bucket full of wings and hot sauce.
I did like it. I didn't think that it was particularly like revolutionary or anything. Obviously not. Like I think it was quite like nail on the head. You know what, like cowboy look. There's certain things that you have to hit. Do you have like the like arm sleeve thingy that has fringes? Check. Do you have a cowboy hat? Check. Do you have chaps? Check. Like she checked all the boxes for it being a cowboy look. It would have looked so much cooler if it was metal, like if it was metallic flames instead. Like that would have looked so much better if she had like the metal flames coming off the hip and like on her chest. Like it would have looked so much better. So for that reason, I give her a bucket. Miss Lydia Butthole Collins. I will just start us off for once because I just have so many positives to give. This was by far Lydia's best runway that she has given us this bracket. Actually, this is Lydia's best runway that she has given me forever. Like anything that was on her season, like she topped herself and she's the bottom, so that's hard. This is like her most well edited look yet because everything there is a lot of elements, yes, but they all work together and it just makes this like absolutely stunning end result, which I'm obsessed with. I love this like extension that she has on her legs with the animal skin, in contrast to like this patchwork denim that is like stitched together with rope, which is so smart. But the hat itself was so cool too. Like I actually gagged when she walked out in that because you couldn't see her face because the fringe was like laying down. Hate the shoes with this. Absolutely hate the shoes with this. This like ugly stiletto. No, if cowboy, just do a cowboy boot or even do an ankle boot. Not the stiletto. She's doing that fucking shit which I hate. I think I said this episode. Why are your pants going over your heel? Either end the fucking pants before the heel, or have it go all the way down. It look. It always ends at like it goes all the way. Like what is it called? Like the ball of your foot or whatever. Like her things always end there, which is such a weird length. Just cut it off. Girl, this was a mop, 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 mop. The mop is made out of fucking lasso strings. She's over there mopping every single thing, even the urine that like Nicole left behind on stage. She's mopping that up too.
This is her magnum opus for the bracket. I think what really makes it is the hat. I think that when she entered, it just looked so perfect. Like she looks like those mysterious, like vigilantes or villains in like a Western film, like a campy Western film. And
Oh yeah, like the ones that like rob the train. Yes.
yes, and she'll rob Tina's closet and Nicole's wig, so not much to steal there, but still. This has to be like a Windex. I'm sorry. Like, love the big cow, pantaloons. The lacing is great, and like again, I know at this point it's kind of redundant to say, but the fact that she made this herself is just so impressive and crazy.
At the start, I was like, this diva doesn't know shit. She needs to respect other people. She doesn't know her game. But after seeing this look, I was just like, you know what? I take back my words because like how does one even think of such an outfit? Like I saw this come out of the run on the runway and I was like, this is genius. Like you have the cow skin on her, like at the edges of her clothing, and she has a she's wearing like all denim, which is classic like Western, I feel. And then she's got like the ropes. And it's like the attention to all those details that truly makes her like stand out. That this is definitely like like one of my top looks from this season itself, not just from this bracket, but I think from this season. This is a mop.
This is such a redemption episode for you because you went from hating Nicole Page Brooks's guts, hating Lydia's guts. Mistress might not have turned over a new leaf, but I'm so happy to see that you have.
I went from loving Mistress in episode 1 to like now not liking her. So I guess
But it
it's
came at the cost of liking Tina Burner, so now what?
Tina was number 1 from day 1. I'm sorry. Those teeth, it was love at first
That's
sight.
crazy. Love at first overbite, yes.
Next up, we have Georges. I will just say, I'm so tired. Like, I've never been more tired. Actually, like, the amount of tired I feel like I could take a nap and I will wake up and Georges will still have the same outfits on. Like, Diva fucking 3 seasons and we're doing bodysuits is crazy. And the fact that the judges were living, they were like, oh my God, you did something different. You were like a saloon girl and everyone else is. I was like, girl, it's a bodysuit with a fucking bow in the back. Like, why are you gagging? Like, yes. Is it well made? Yes. Is the execution like good on the outfit? Yes. The outfit is well made. Does she look good in it? Yes. Do I love this hair on her? Yes. The beat is perfect. Love the earrings. I like everything about this, but it's just not for the runway. Like, this is not a runway look. This is a performance look. Just because I'm fucking tired, she gets a fucking flop.
Like, enough is enough. Like, you have had 3 runs, your third run, and all you have is a fucking bodysuit, some Skims, bedazzled, rhinestone getup you wear every episode. I can't. I can't. Even for the challenges too. Like we can run it back. Like I'm sure she's worn a bodysuit almost like every single runway, main challenge, lip sync, like boring, tiring, uninspiring. Yes, it's a cute outfit. I'm not saying it's bad or ugly or not or not well made. It looks great, like it is a great bodysuit, but that's just it's a bodysuit. This to me has to be a flop because good God, girl, I hope the money you got from this segment will get you better clothes.
Pretty much you see her in pink, I feel like all the time. Like this diva doesn't even choose another color. Like she sticks to the same like type of
Color palette, yeah.
color palette and also like the same type of like attire. Like nothing is new about her. And when you see this over time, you're just like, even though this is only the third episode, like imagine we're already tired. From the others, at least her look is different. Like it's giving a saloon diva, and I like that. Give us more diva. We're starving. You need to feed us. You have the potential. Overall, I would give this outfit a bucket.
After that, they announced who the top 2 were, which for them they said was Lydia and Georges. I agreed. I didn't think they'd change it up, but I think Angel had thoughts on this.
I was really rooting for Carrie anyway, so I think hearing all the positive feedback she got, during the challenge and on the runway. I was like, oh, I would love to see her lip sync. It would just be fun to have a queen that hasn't been in the top lip sync because it would be interesting. Plus, for her, it would give her an extra point and a bit more insurance um, for her spot on the semifinals. I don't disagree with them. I just think Carrie would have been a more interesting choice to have in the top two with Lydia.
I would agree, but I feel like Carrie hasn't shown her full potential. Like she's good in terms of like fashion, but other than that, I don't see her being able to perform well in all aspects of what it is to be a drag queen.
So they do announce Georges and Lydia, and then the lip sync for them is Texas Hold'em by Beyonce from her new Cowboy Carter album. You should both should separate yourselves from what I'm about to say in case Beyonce's fans come to your houses and burn them down. I love Beyonce. Loved her loved Renaissance. Not a big Cowboy Carter fan. And of all the songs in there, I don't think this was the one to choose for a lip sync. I don't think this song has enough peaks and valleys that it pretty much starts mellow and then it stays like that. This was so like stagnant and like it was like, this ain't Texas, ain't no hold 'em. Okay, 2 seconds later, this is still Texas. We are still holding them. 10 seconds later, it was like, we are still in Texas. We're not leaving it. We're staying here. I think Georges did do better. I personally thought that Lydia, like once she did like her wig reveal, which also was lackluster, sorry, because I was like expecting something more. She just pulled out the same wig that she already had on the runway, which I was like, okay. But yeah, after she did the wig reveal, I thought Lydia suddenly got like a burst of energy and she started like doing tricks and all that on the stage. She like started being more upbeat, but like in the first half she was quite boring. She was just like walking around like taking her grandma off the sidewalk, and then like she like got it a bit upbeat after her wig reveal. Like it wasn't horrible and Georges did do a little bit better, but it wasn't like, oh my god, she like completely destroyed her or anything like that.
I think Aja sent the standards too high for me this season that nothing is coming to her and her moving her bob in the little step. I will always have it in my brain.
I actually think Lydia did better here because I feel like her slower movements worked better with the pace of the song.
After the lip sync is done, RuPaul gives the win to Georges, and that puts Georges at a whopping 7.5 points, which to me was insane because if I don't know if you have been counting, but that means she has more than Irene.
I hope there's like opportunities to like snatch points. I think
Yeah, yeah. I hope they do it this season, but if they don't, they should definitely incorporate this next season. I said, think I said something similar to this before too, where I would love if they did a way where you could subtract someone's points too. Like there was a way for you to take someone's points. Like either
yeah.
like you said to steal them or like completely like chop them. I feel like that would have add another dynamic which would be interesting. What's Gagaronium is once the lip sync ends and the girls are in the back, Nicole starts whispering to Tina and she goes, do you want to like make sure that Mistress doesn't get into that top 3? Then let's give our points to Carrie.
Yeah.
And then I thought that was one of the smartest moves I've ever seen someone pull. And the balls to do that on stage, hats off to her. Like I know it didn't work, but it's hats off to her because that means her mind was still like, as much as like we don't give her credit and we're like, oh, she's stuck in her own land. That clearly means that she's not. She pays attention. She just uses her mouth where it's necessary. She just doesn't just randomly run it.
She thinks about the whole competition like beyond her. Like it's not just about, oh, if I win then only I care, but she's like playing the game to like so that everyone has a chance. Like it's truly about the competition and it's not something personal for her. For Mistress to give the point to then give the point to Lydia, who she already knew was going in the top. I feel like she could have just thrown it off and given it to someone else, but the fact that she gave it to Lydia is then later in when they're in the finale, they would say that Mistress would say that you owe me one because I gave
Oh,
you
for
this.
sure.
at that point, and I could have given it to anybody, but I decided to give it to you.
It was so iconic what Nicole and Tina tried to do. But yeah, I feel like you can't really outdo the duo, and Mistress kind of had a feeling from the start. Came down to the fact that Mistress only won by half a point, which is crazy because imagine she didn't have that point, it would have been a tie. But I think RuPaul would have still chosen Mistress just given her track record on the 3 weeks. But I will say this was a more interesting system of use with the point. I think the queens were so much messier with the point system than the last group. The last group was pretty diplomatic.
The only thing I'm looking forward to for next bracket, actually, there's three things I'm looking forward to next bracket. One is Ariana Grande is the premier guest, and that means that entire next week I will just speak about Ariana Grande for 2 hours. There's two girls that I'm looking forward to seeing, and that's Diabetes and Denali. Anyways, those are our thoughts for now. And let's see if we actually enjoy bracket number 3. And we might actually have another person, a special guest, joining us for our last bracket. So stay tuned to see who that is.
Hey.
And maybe they will also either join forces with us, the Twinks, or go to the side of evil, which is Diva over there. Stay tuned for that. We will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye
Bye, everyone.